All right, what's up with it, y'all? It's your boy Rock. You see what it is? Back with another video. Now, let me just start off. I know I look crazy right now. You know your boy Rock. I work on cars. I happen to be out in the garage. It's cold as hell today, so I have to dress warm. Got the warm sweater under. And y'all, man, make sure you keep these to keep your ears warm. Usually I got them flapped down, but I gotta have the earphones in. But let me get right into it, man. I ain't gonna waste too much time talking about that. But y'all see USA Today trying to change the definition of a pedo. And listen, I've already talked about this in the past. We already talked about the alphabet community. They've been creeping on to the trying to make the pedo cool. That's why they put the LGBTQ and then added the P at the end. And they was trying to say the LGBTQ with that P at the end was the plus. I'd argue that it's pedo. And you see that we got magazine publications, social media influencers such as USA Today Life trying to come out here and redefine what a pedo is. Pete, I'm gonna read this first one out loud. And this was the main tweet that set everybody off. But it was a whole gang of them. They were trying to sway the narrative. If that's a, you know what I'm saying? But let's get right into it, man. Look, USA Today. When most of the public think pedos, they assume it's synonymous with sexual abuse or child sexual abuse, excuse me. A pedo is an adult who is sexually attracted to children, but not all pedos abuse kids. And some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedos. I'm going to just read that last line one more time. Some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedos. If you're not trying to change and add this to your alphabet community, I don't know what is. So what is this? Going to be LGBTQPM? Because that sounds like somebody that like to molest kids. That's what it sounds like to me. But we're going to keep going because the cold part, they stood on their square. This wasn't just one tweet. This was a whole gang of them. Listen, that was a tweet right there. That was the same one. I don't know why I had to pull it up. But look. Somebody, because they tried to erase this whole thread, but y'all know Twitter. Once you put something on the internet, it's on the internet. And then Twitter, they gonna find it. Let TikTok, Twitter, one of it, they gonna find it. And then they'll let it roll across Rocknchop desk. Don't matter if I'm out there turning riches. I'm gonna come up in here, I'm gonna crank out a video real quick to let the people know what's going on. And to solidify what I was talking about. People wonder why I was getting on Lil Nas X. It's all about the kids at the end of the day. Because you can't change a broken man. But you can mold a kid. And most of these kids that done got molded into these pedos start out when they start agreeing with stuff like this. And look how they started out their tweet. In recent decades, the science on pedos has improved. One of the most significant things in pedos is likely determined in the womb. So they trying to blame your mama. Though environmental factors may influence whether someone acts on the urge to abuse. And we know that. We know that when kids get messed with as young kids, they're more like, the stats are out there, more likely to go mess with a kid when they get older. You know? And I've already read it earlier. This is the biggest one. And I'll read it again. When most of the public think of pedos, they assume it's synonymous with child sexual abuse. A pedo is an adult who is sexually attracted to children. But not all pedos abuse kids. All right, whatever. And some people who sexually abuse kids are not pedos. So what is the definition, huh? They starting to sound like Oprah. I know some people like Oprah. Oh yeah, trust me, I pulled that snippet up. They starting to sound like Oprah. Because Oprah said if the child abuser is any good. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to quote it. I'm going to let her say it. I'm not going to quote what she said. I'm going to let Oprah say it. Y'all know me. I ain't going to talk for none of these people. I'm going to let them say it. That's why I come up on here with USA Today and I show that they trying to redefine it, sway the narrative to the way they want it. LGBTQP, however you want to say it. Let's keep going though. It's not, oh, hold on. Before I keep going, they always go to some quote unquote specialist that's been messed with what they say over 500 evaluations of high-risk sexual offenders. Let me read it real quick. Anna Salter, a psychologist, author, internationally recognized expert who has done over 500 evaluations of high-risk sex offenders, said there is an overlap between pedos and child molesters, but they aren't the same. And that's where we get to. Didn't I just say it earlier? So what we gonna call them? Oh, but she's saying they're not two and the same. But they both like the same thing. It's crazy to me out here. And I'm gonna just read this last one. Experts say pedos can be taught self-control and compensatory strategies. James Cantor, PhD, said pedos need better access to therapy. Need better access to therapy, which can be difficult since those affected may be ashamed to seek help or worried about being reported to authorities if they do, and they should be. Don't come talking to me about that. Hell wrong with you. I don't agree with none of that. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let Oprah talk. Hold on. Look. This is crazy. The more I go down, Salter said treatment for pedos should be encouraged, but without minimizing the impact abuse it has on victims' lives. It's crazy. Because these kids is victims. You got a grown-ass adult making the kids do what they don't want to do. Then you got these other crazy adults out here trying to change the definition, change the narrative, and wonder why I come up on here and I get on these people that keep messing with these kids. And try to find a reason. Scapegoating. But look at your girl Oprah, though. Oprah don't make it no better. I happen to come across this picture. It's crazy when we get to talk about kids and stuff, and Ghislaine Maxwell pop up, and so did Bill Clinton. And y'all happen to be on the Epstein plane, but we already know. We ain't talked about that. But let's see what Oprah got to say. It's crazy.
You're 7 years old and someone is stroking your penis. It feels good. Right. Even though you don't have a name for what that is, it feels good. And when I first said this years ago, people were like, you're crazy, because everybody wants to believe it's like sexual assault and you're being thrown up against the wall and you're being raped. And I have said for years, if the abuser is any good, you won't even know it's happened. You will be in it and you won't even know it's happened. And if the abuser is any good, he or she is going to make you feel and some.
Hold on, what was she nodding her head? You see the people? They always got them people too. Look at this. You see her nodding her head?
She is going to make you.
You right, Oprah. Because they was good to me when I was, man, it's crazy out here. She said, if the pedo is any good. This is what we're dealing with. These are people that a lot of people look up to her. And that's why they keep trying to change the definition. They're using people like her, USA Today. And when they tweet stuff out or they put something in a caption, for some reason, people just believe it, just roll with the narrative. It's crazy out here, y'all. But it's been your boy, Rock. I need to get back out here, get back to work. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Catch y'all on the next video.